Hey Gemini, welcome back. It's Gigi with Soul Intuitive. This is your weekly energy reading. I keep saying that, like I'm running through all of my reads today, and I promise you, I keep doing the whole eye because in my mind, I'm like, shit, what are we doing? Tarot scopes, because that's what I would normally call it, but really, it's just an energy reading, and I want people to get more accustomed to that than calling it anything specific, like, oh, it's a tarot scope. No, but it's just an energy reading. It's where the energy is currently in this moment, and it's used for confirmation. It's not used for exact crossroad placements where where you are in your life, the next direction you should go, X, Y, and Z. It's not used for that. But I'm pretty sure if you're here, you know that. And if you don't, doesn't matter. Welcome. I'm glad to see you. Hopefully you're glad to see me too. But let's get into what's happening or what's energetically is showing up for you this week. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Gemini? I'm not taking those. Nope. We got one down, so let's get the rest of what's going on for you this week. I, man, I like y'all, but sometimes I get concerned about Gemini, and I'm a Scorpio, so there's that, right? Sometimes I get concerned about y'all, but let's get into what's going on. Hopefully, let's get into what's going on. Some of y'all need to pay attention at work. Like, your work is being, this is specific. Your work is, someone is making a point of calling out all of the errors that you are making at work. Be mindful of that. Um, I'm just going to say be mindful of that. Okay, you guys have the Judgment card, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. So, what that tells me energetically is yes, you are being made aware of certain things. There is a call, not a cause for alarm, but there is, what is the word? There is, oh, you're heeding the call. Huh? Where'd that come from? You're heeding the call. Someone has a sick family member. You'll be getting a call about that in regards to that. You'll be trying to figure out whether or not you can assist, whether you can go by, whether you can bring them soup, things of that nature. The rest of y'all that is not for, you're heeding the call of where you are currently in your career. And some of you all really don't. I'm not bragging. I've been at a point in my life, and I've been in a job where I've made pennies on the dollar, and I mean like pennies. But sometimes I realize that that's the experience in the moment of that journey, right? You need to be somewhere where you make shitty money. So when you get good money, for whatever reason, from doing whatever, being an entrepreneur, moving up, find another job, whatever, right? But when you get to an opportunity where you really have a chance to make more, right? You realize and you acknowledge the work that it took for me to get to point A to point B. So sometimes a shitty job is in fact needed. Albeit shitty, it's still needed, right? You run into the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Some of y'all are feeling miserly about where you work and what you're currently doing, that it doesn't bring in enough money. And that's completely fine, right? If it doesn't do that, then look for something. Pick up a hobby. Do something that you love doing and see if you can turn that into making more money, bringing more abundance into your life. But don't sit in the energy of woe is me. Don't sit in the energy of I ain't got no money. Don't do it because, whoa, the universe listens. God listens. And when you want to be in alignment with all of the wonderful things and all of the wonderful evolutionary things that are occurring for a lot of people nowadays, you cannot sit in the energy of, oh, woe is me. I ain't got no money and I'm broke or whatever, right? Because that is low level. So you will get more of that shit and it's nobody's fault but your own. And I know that sounds harsh, but listen to me when I say it. You are the captain of you. So There's always a way out. There's always a way. We just got to fucking look for it. We just got to find it. And that's just what this is right now in a moment, right? You just got to find it. You just got to find it. But you got to look for it. You can't sit in the energy and just be like, what was me? I don't know what to do. And these bills are coming in and I don't know. Yeah, but okay. Yeah. We all got it. But if that means you got to work 2 or 3 jobs, boo, until you get it done, it's the requirement. It's what is needed. If you need to go back and redo a budget, okay, what's wrong with budgeting? It's the requirement of where you are currently. You got to go back and do it. And the minute you flip your brain and you say, you know what, let me get to doing that, realize how many opportunities come through where you can add more money to the pot, where you can get a better opportunity, where you can do something and maybe get a certificate, right? And boost the opportunity for you to even get higher. But you got to do something. You can't just lay down and take it. That's what I'm trying to get at. You can't just lay down and take it. The call out for someone too, like I said earlier in the reading, someone is calling you out for the mistakes that you're making. Pay attention. And don't let the fact that you may be having some financial issues or you may be struggling in a certain area, don't take it to work with you. That's the nice way to say it. Don't take it to work with you because it's noticeable in your work. And you don't want to get it, you don't want the job, even though the job sucks, you don't want it to get to a point where you're just like, you're doing so bad. What's the point of having you on payroll? They can just let you go and get somebody else to come on in and they'll do a better job because they'll pay attention. See how the story gets worse? Like it just collectively just keeps getting worse. It's because you got to get here. Get here. Your release, just as a call out from what I'm seeing, your release this Leo full moon on the 25th, I believe it's a Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, but I believe it's a Thursday in the U.S., right? Your call out is to release or remove any negative self-talk. And it's kind of odd that Gemini would have that, though. Maybe it's the duality of you. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but negative self-talk is always bad. I don't care what the zodiac sign is or anything else. It puts you in a bad place anyway. But you want to pay attention to that. You will see your way out of this. You will get your way out of this. Spirit will lead you out of this. But some of this you have to pay attention to. Some of this you need to pay attention to because you're shooting yourself in the foot. That's the nicest way I can possibly say it. You are shooting yourself in the foot. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Not when there's a better way to do it and there's a better way to get what you actually want, right? Okay. But like I said, the 6 of Swords is the last card for you this week, which tells me that you're moving on to less turbulent waters. Really work on that release come this full moon, 24 hours before, 24 hours after. Even if you have to light a candle, if you can't go outside, crack a window, say what you need to say, breathe in 2 or 3 times, breathe out 2 or 3 times, calm down your energy. Like I feel like I see somebody sitting cross-legged. And I'm sorry, not feel like, but I see somebody sitting cross-legged and they're literally doing that. But I'm telling you it works. Like you have to calm this energy down and you have to get out of your mind that you are wrecking everything. Sometimes it just takes your perspective and your perception to shift for you to see it differently. But let's grab a universal law card, something else that you may need to focus on that could help for this week. Okay, Spirit, universal law card for Gemini. Universal law card for Gemini. Nothing for Gemini? Oh, okay. 11 cards. I'm sorry. That's my bad humor. We're taking the first one. The law of perfect help. I said perfect help. And it's actually perfect health. So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Because again, my brain here is like you need some assistance. You need some help. I would suggest calling on your archangels and your spirit team too, because they're always sitting there on standby waiting for you to ask for help. So the law of perfect health states, listen to the divine guidance within your body. Let me get that closer to the camera. And see how that woman is just soaring, back arched and everything else. Like she's so fluid and she's just rolling with it. I'm not saying that you're being called to roll with it. What I'm saying is that you're being called to pay attention. Yeah. And you need to, and what's being called out is anything that doesn't serve you, anything that tears you down, you got to cut it. You got to cut it. You got to release it. You got to let it go. Let it go wherever it's going to go, right? That's all I have for you this week, Gemini. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, come back and see me. I honor you by being present, and you also honor me by being present. Ashe, and until next time, peace.